The Great American Cover-Up or a PSYOP?
As I sit here and take in all of the news from every direction, all I see is deceivers, liars, corporate media, cover-ups, agenda, all pushing the same propaganda. It's time for a game changer, a visionary, an innovative person who changes the way that people think of the situations. It's time for Game Changer TV, telling it like it is. Get in the game.
Thank you for tuning in to Game Changer TV. I'm your host, Terri Lynn, and this is the channel where every day we're telling it like it is. Today is September 18th, 2025, and this still is not one of the big stories I'm working on, but I saw something that, again, I had to get out. The news is coming so fast. Was this the Great American Cover-Up or a PSYOP? Was it a true crime, which I doubt, but by the way that they treated the evidence is enough to substantiate that it was a PSYOP. Okay, let's go look at this. So obviously I'm not going to show the whole video, but the moment that Charlie Kirk is shot in the neck while speaking.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
Okay, so there's two cameras right behind Charlie's head that would have captured this, may have even captured the bullet coming in, the trajectory of the bullet. Okay, so that's crucial evidence right there. Now, I wanted to show this. My picture frame's broken, so ignore that. But in 2005 or 2006, I was part of the Baton Rouge Citizens Academy, where for 16 Tuesdays we rode along with the Baton Rouge police. We learned about crime scene preparation, preservation, the legal side, the legal authority to do search and seizures. We learned about crime scene, what's I said preservation, but there was something else. And we learned about how to take fingerprints, collect fingerprints. We went down to the Plank Road substation and we did fingerprint processing. It was very informative. Okay, so around that same time, I was going to the local community college and taking night classes, and one of my classes was criminal justice because I like to know the legal side, what gets people in trouble, how they have the power and authority and the justification. I just like to know these things. So I was taking a class, and our class was taught by a former warden at one of the prisons down there. That was pretty fascinating. He took us on a field trip to Dixon Correctional, and we got to interview the prisoners that was in there. There was somebody in there that all the girls were fawning over, and when we got back to class, the teacher was like, "I saw y'all fawning over so and so and so and so." The guy that was speaking, y'all know why he's in there? He's in there for murdering his mom and his daddy. Okay, so I've been sitting in there with the murderers. So this kind of stuff has always fascinated me. I always wanted to be a lawyer, but let's look at some stuff. But Jesus and morality eclipsed that whole life, but my mind is still wired to think like that. Basic steps to preserving a crime scene. Preserving a crime scene involves securing the perimeter with tape and guards, separating witnesses. And we saw video of witnesses back out their house in the streets. I mean, they could talk to each other. So, anyway, that's another whole story. Documenting the crime scene photographically, sketching, notes, collecting, and preserving evidence by proper packaging, and maintaining a strict chain of custody to prevent contamination. Y'all might want to write all that down, okay? Because we're about to expose all this. The goal is to maintain the scene's integrity and to create a permanent record of its condition upon discovery for later investigation and court proceedings. Otherwise, The defendant, the accused, could get off for improper handling of evidence or no evidence to present at trial. Establish a perimeter with tape and barriers to prevent unauthorized entry. Post guards to monitor and control access. So you don't want people walking in and out through it. Create a crime scene log to track everyone who enters and exits the secure area in case something comes up missing. You know who is in there. Document the scene. Photograph the entire scene from various distances and angles, including close ups with a scale or ruler for reference. Create a detailed sketch of the scene, including a legend, scale, compass direction, and measurements. Take thorough notes detailing the scene's condition, the discovery of the evidence, the location of the items, information about victims and witnesses. Conduct a systematic search for physical evidence using patterns like the strip or grid method. Process the scene by identifying or documenting evidence in the pseudo before moving it. Properly package each piece of evidence separately to prevent contamination. Maintain a chain of custody by documenting the collection, transfer, and handling of evidence to ensure the integrity for the laboratory. Protect the scene from damage by the elements or accidental disturbance from personnel or equipment. Limit contamination by only trained professionals entering the area. Separate witnesses to prevent them from discussing the event or fabricating stories. Conduct a final survey to ensure all evidence has been collected and documented. Ensure the scene is processed appropriately and released according to protocol. So, this would have been what needed to be done in this Charlie Kirk situation. When you drive by a shopping mall where a shooting took place or a house in the neighborhood that a shooting took place, you see the yellow "do not cross police line" tape. We never one time saw that. We never saw the parameters made for a crime scene. But let's just say we missed that part. Let's start getting into this, dissecting it, and see how the handling of the evidence was conducted. During an active crime scene, are persons allowed to remove any items? No persons are not allowed to remove any items from an active crime scene. That would be like 5 or 10 minutes later, you can't take any Trump hats. You can't remove anything. Removing, altering, or destroying potential evidence at a crime scene is a serious criminal offense known as evidence tampering or obstruction of justice. This applies even if you live at the property. So supposedly there were people caught stealing MAGA hats at the Charlie Kirk shooting. What else could have been taken? During an active crime investigation, are cameras allowed to be removed? During an active crime scene investigation, no, cameras are not allowed to be removed by unauthorized individuals. A camera, whether a security camera on a wall or a private citizen's phone, is considered evidence if it recorded any aspect of the crime. So these two cameras would be crucial to a real investigation. A camera, whether on a security camera or a wall or a private citizen's phone, is considered evidence if it recorded any aspect of the crime. Improperly moving or handling evidence is a crime called tampering with evidence. It gives you up to 20 years in prison. If a crime scene is not fully processed or the owners of the property are permitted to concrete over the property. No, if a crime scene has not been fully processed by law enforcement, the property owners are not permitted to concrete over this area. Taking such action is considered tampering with evidence and obstruction of justice, which are serious criminal offenses. Tampering with the evidence, any deliberate action to alter, conceal, or destroy evidence of a crime is a criminal offense. Pouring concrete over a crime scene to cover up or destroy potential forensic evidence, such as buried items, DNA, or other physical clues, constitute a severe form of tampering. In a basic crime scene in basic crime scene preservation, are people allowed to trample through the blood of the victim? No, people are absolutely not allowed to trample through a victim's blood at a crime scene. Doing so is a serious violation of basic preservation protocol and can irrevocably contaminate and destroy critical forensic evidence such as DNA and blood stain patterns. So at this point, they don't know who's involved. It could have been an inside job if it was real. It could have been, a bodyguard. It could have been somebody else working from the inside, working in conjunction with the person that took the shot. They have no idea what's going on and whose hands needed to be fingerprinted or whatever. They didn't do any of this. Okay. And then they're going to show us that they were covering up the crime scene. Let's get this started.
Again, there's lots of people coming here, placing flowers. This is the courtyard where it all happened. It's now open to the public again. There's lots of people coming here, placing flowers, cards, things like that. The university is already making some changes. They're replacing the grass where Charlie Kirk was speaking with pavers. And there are several petitions online asking the school to make this into a permanent memorial for Charlie Kirk.
You know that someone in a gray shirt took the camera that was directly behind Charlie Kirk. And yesterday I made a video about how they were literally building over where it had just happened. People said, no, you're wrong, it's just a memorial. The memorial was not decided yet. Take it out of his mouth himself.
This is the courtyard where it all happened. It's now open to the public again. There's lots of people coming here, placing flowers, cards, things like that. The university is already making some changes. They're replacing the grass where Charlie Kirk was speaking with pavers. And there are several petitions online asking the school to make this into a permanent memorial.
Let me end this with asking you just a few questions. One, when have we ever seen a crime scene torn down so quickly? I can think of a few. And also, when has someone been facing the death penalty and not even flinched?
Okay, watch this guy over here. He's tampering with the evidence.
Safety team is here.
In an active crime scene.
Say the active shooter, Charlie Kirk, has been shot. Charlie Kirk got hit. Look at these.
Okay, watch this guy over here. He's tampering with the evidence.
Safety team is here.
In an active crime scene.
Say the active shooter, Charlie Kirk, has been shot.
Do and don't make sense. There's a few really big anomalies, coincidences, or just things that straight up don't make sense that stick out. And to me, the biggest one, so far, the biggest one that should be easy to explain if there's a good explanation. The camera that was behind Charlie, rather than a crime scene perimeter being set up, guarded by police officers or guarded by the TPUSA staff or whatever, but there needed to be a perimeter. And then you have either a staff member, someone in plain clothes comes along and removes the camera that was seated directly behind Charlie, directly behind him. That would be the most important video if you want to learn about entry wounds, exit wounds, another angle on the potential shooter because it looks like it would have been in the direction of the crowd. We need to know that first and foremost. How was that tampered with? Who was the person that took the camera down? And did that get submitted to evidence? Because it didn't look like an FBI agent to me. Very weird. Hey, I just want to add, I'm not casting blame on anyone for this. This question might have even already been answered. I don't get to see everything. This is not my full-time job. So if you do know of the answer, please let me know, DM me, send it to me in the comments.
Charlie Kirk shooting hoax. And this one takes the cake as far as the most outrageously fake, contrived garbage that they have produced, trying to pass off fake as real. And there's many shills, specifically here in Rumble, which is a free speech site, but there's many infiltrators in here. People are asking, why are they faking this event? What's the whole agenda? It's New World Order gun control, and that's the whole reason behind this fake, phony event, this PSYOP. Let's get right to it. And this is right after the supposed aftermath of the Charlie Kirk shooting. Like I mentioned many times, obviously fake. And take a look here as you see two Secret Service men walking around with guns. One trying to conceal it. And what is this goober doing, talking on his phone with his gun in his left hand, which is absolutely useless right after the so-called shooting? No way to protect yourself. No way to switch hands in time if there was really a shooter out there.
I just want to say, wouldn't there be blood splatter on the back of that white wall right there? Wouldn't there be blood spatter on the ground, on the chair that he was on, and somebody's walking all behind there? Let's keep going.
Absolutely ridiculous. And this guy's looking right at the camera. What a complete joke. And anybody that's watching this, if you're a LEO and you're watching this, you got to ask yourself, what is going on? You guys know better. Where's the police tape? Where's the police? They're not here for this fake, phony show. Not needed. Let's continue. Now watch this. Now these two goobers, they move over to the left. Now watch this guy here. This guy looks right at the camera. He's going to grab Charlie Kirk's chair that he's supposedly shot and bleeding all over the place. He's in a supposed crime scene. Look what he does here. Like I said, he grabs Charlie Kirk's chair. Oh! Grabs Charlie's chair, stands on it.
And didn't we read, you cannot trample on the victim's blood?
I'm surprised he didn't slip on the fake blood. Give me a break. He's taking down the video camera. What for? Because this is just a fake, phony show. And again, not to be repetitive, where are the police? First thing you do in a crime scene is you cordon off the area. It's a crime scene. You put the police tape up. There's not even police, like I said, to put the tape up. Now, why are these two goons walking in this area where all the blood supposedly is at, where Charlie Kirk was shot? Unbelievable.
Covering that grass.
Hold on.
Covering that grass on that college campus where Charlie was sitting. Nope. Looks like it's concreted over or they got pavers over it now. You know what I mean? I wonder if they found a bullet, because we know it was a pass-through more than likely. So it's got to be in that ground somewhere, I would think. Huh. If they hadn't found it, they won't find it now, I reckon. Just something to think about.
So, and do y'all remember they just came out with the love text between the shooter and his tranny living boyfriend, girlfriend? Listen to this.
Hey, man. So you know a whole lot more about AI than I do?
Yeah, facts. What's up?
You saw the ridiculous text chain, right?
Oh, you mean between Robinson and my love? Yeah, I did. Unfortunately.
Do you think you could plug that into AI generator and see what it spits out?
Oh yeah, I'm on it. Oh, you are not gonna believe this. 100% AI, Ian. 100, not 90%, not even 50%. 100% for sure that is AI.
Well, imagine that. Do me a favor, send it over to me real quick.
100% AI, Ian. 100, not 90%, not even 50%. 100% for sure that is AI.
Well, imagine that. Do me a favor, send it over to me real quick.
It's on its way.
Can you hear me through the white noise, friend?
So that's all real. That actually happened. My buddy Kyle here actually looked it up, put it through an AI detector, and sure enough, 100% AI. You know what else is real though? Just got done with my podcast. It's been now, I don't know, a few hours. And in the few hours from the time that he put it into that detector until now it's saying something a little different. Check this out. Man, if I guy said that it seems like they probably realized that's what was going on and they got to it and changed it. That would just make me a conspiracy theorist, right, guys?
And then they said that video of Erica Kirk standing next to the empty chair that didn't look like her, they said that was AI. Then I did a video on this Trump speech being AI because I said he never moved his hands and Trump talks with his hands. Well, I didn't even catch this. So now let me make it bigger so you can see this. Okay? Are y'all ready for this?
I'm your guide. I'll get you through the night. We're living well now with President AI.
It took me a minute. Where does Pinky go? Where does Pinky go? Well, if we know the president is being AI'd, I wonder what other things could be AI'd. Sorry. Things could be AI'd. Sorry.
What makes a great movie? Great actors. And in case you want the facts in under 2 minutes, here it is.
Alright, let's go over the official Charlie Kirk narrative because I'm kind of slow. 22-year-old who got radicalized online but has no social media presence. Took a rifle but has no shooting experience according to his grandma. Snuck in to this campus, assembled the rifle with no extra tools, put the scope on with no practice shots, had it perfectly aligned, and with one shot, had a shot, took it, disassembled, jumped off the roof, changed clothes again, reassembled the rifle, threw it into the woods, went 250 miles, talked to someone on a random app, and confessed. His dad turns him in. And now here we are. Keep in mind, this 22-year-old with no previous experience of any of this planted 2 patsies at the event to draw cover for him, claiming they were the shooters briefly, so he could have cover to get away. I haven't seen a ballistics report. I'm not sure if that's been done at all. And the crime scene was starting to get broken down by Turning Point members, 6 minutes after this. No crime scene, no investigation, just take it down, shut her down. Charlie Kirk left in an SUV, still no autopsy that I've seen, but apparently, we got our guy. And it's not weird at all that Charlie was scared of one country taking him out. And there you have it. The same media, 3-letter agencies that gave you the truth on MLK, JFK, 9/11, COVID, shots in the arm, the Butler shooting, have figured it out. We got our guy, and that's the story. So keep on trucking, and we'll see you on the next one.
And this whole event has divided America against the thinkers and the emotionally charged people. Let no man deceive you. We have to be awake, aware, and watching because we are in the times of great deception. The Bible says that evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. Shine the truth of God's word into every situation so that you are not deceived. I love y'all. Thank you for watching. If you appreciate the content from this channel, would you prayerfully consider supporting the channel?